Hello, welcome to my video. Today I'm just showing off my dwarf army I've built. This is primarily used for Age of Magic for Saga or Sega. These are all, well, the dwarfs themselves are actually Games Workshop Warhammer figures, and then this army is supported by elementals which are from Mantic games. So yeah, this is an army I built up for Saga, Age of Magic. This was an army I had left from when I started collecting Warhammer Fantasy. So basically, I bought loads of dwarves to build to play Warhammer Fantasy, and then they brought out Age of Sigmar, and I played a couple of games of Age of Sigmar. I didn't really like it, so I stripped and repainted all these dwarves. They're based on 25mm wooden bases, MDF. I just thought I quite liked the larger base on them, so that's why I went with them. As the only other option I was going with was pennies, and they would be too small. So yeah, I went with these. I prefer them to the actual GW bases where they've got that kind of quite a chunky raised bit. Whereas this, I've got it's a lot more like slim, streamlined, which I quite like. So that's why I went with that really. So for Age of Magic, shall I say, not Age of Sigmar. This is quite a bit. I think this is more than 8 points. This is what I normally run is 8 points in Age of Magic. This is more than 8 points. So to start with, I've got what you would say is 2.5 points of warriors with just normal hand weapons. So I kind of built this army in mind of using certain setups, so it's using certain models and units. So that's why I got a bit of odd numbers, but that's just how it is. So I've got my 2.5 points of warriors with hand weapons. I've got 1 point down here of warriors with great weapons. Then I've got 2 points of warriors with handguns. I think they're called, no, maybe they're called rifles in the game, I'm not sure, I can't remember. And then I've got basically 4 points of my Hearthguard. So my Hearthguard, I'm using GW's, I can't remember what they're called now, Iron Breakers or something like that. And Longbeards. So I've got kind of 2 units. These guys got the red shields, these guys are got metal shields. But yeah, I'm using them as my Hearthguard just because they're all heavily armoured. This was actually a box, so in the box set of these models you get 10 in each. So that's why I got 10 with these guys. I think yeah, these were actually built up originally as my fire drakes. I think I built them up as fire drakes, so I ended up pulling them all apart and starting again. And I've given them, yeah, just the hand weapons with shields. And I've got at the back, I've got a cannon with 3 crew. I use the cannon in the game. I don't really like the cannon on Age of Magic. It seems a waste of points. Maybe I'm using it wrong, I'm not sure, so I might give it a go again. But I built up originally with the idea of using a cannon, and I never actually, I did a couple of games of it and didn't enjoy it, so, but we'll see. Down here I've got some commanders. So this is my main warlord. I don't actually know what miniature this is. I got it off eBay in a box set of Warhammer Games Workshop dwarfs, but he looks pretty awesome. He's kind of got a shield and he's trying to hit something with almost like point and shout and charge. This is what a lieutenant, which I'd use. I haven't actually got around to using him yet, but he's there. So this was the, I can't remember what miniature he is. This was at Games Workshop as well. And this is just a kind of another command miniature which I haven't really used, but I could do. He's just from the box set of the, I don't know whatever they're called. I think they're the same ones as the hammer is, I believe. which are these guys. So he just came with the box set. He's just a spare guy I've got who's just a drummer. So these are the main things I've got for this army, which are the earth elementals from Mantic. I really enjoyed painting them and building them up. They're really nice models. The only problem is they're metal, and I've tried to protect them by using a spray varnish, and I cocked it up, so they're really, really shiny. So I had a really nice earthy paint scheme to them, and I've just kind of messed it up by making them shiny. And the paint's still coming off, so they didn't really do a good job on protecting them. But yeah, they're really nice miniatures. They're a bit of a pain to glue, I must admit, being metal. But some really, really cool details, and I pretty much hit it with some grey, some washes, dry brushed it, and it looked amazing. It's a shame that this varnish has made it shiny, because it looked really good when it was done, but now it's kind of ruined a bit. This is the other option, the other guy. Yeah, these are really cool. I've tried to use them in Age of Magic as well as creatures. Didn't really get on well using them. I don't think I understand the rules well enough with them, but it's kind of a trial playing Age of Magic at the moment. Just kind of learning the game. I got a couple of mates. So I've got a mate of mine who's running. I can't remember what board he's got a load of old Lord of the Rings miniatures, so he's using them as an army. I've got this army here, and I'm actually working on an undead army currently as well. I've probably got, so what dwarves I've got here, I've probably got the same amount left to paint as well. I've got 3 more cannons, which I'll probably just keep ready in case I want to make a bigger army, and then I'll use them, but at the moment I don't really need them, so I've kind of left them in the box. Still originally painted how I painted them for Warhammer Fantasy, so they would need stripping and repainting, but what I've got here is good enough for what I want. I ran last couple of games, I ran big blobs of Hearthguard and found that I didn't really like that, so I might end up actually painting some more warriors and running a warrior heavy list. But I kind of found with I was using the I can't remember what they're called now. So basically, what more characteristically dwarves, where they're kind of underground, and they kind of seem to be. Yeah, I don't know about the battle board. I'm not sure if I'm so keen on it. But I haven't played many games, so I've kind of got to play a bit more really and get used to it. So, but this will do me for an army. And like I said, I had it in a box, sat there doing nothing. So I thought I'd strip it and paint it, and I've basically got a free army for Age of Magic. Got me, so it means I can kind of play it. So yeah, so I did buy the elementals from Mantic in the end, just to add a bit of flavour. I thought it'd be kind of cool having these guys as a mining. Well, from a mining background, this army, and that's why they've got these elementals there who are kind of from the rock that have decided to fight with them, which I thought was a cool idea. I did point out, I didn't point out, but on the elementals, the good and red, you see the red things on them, they're all crystals. I painted them red just because the army is themed red. So these guys got red shields, everyone's kind of got a bit of red on him, so he's kind of got his red on his actual uniform, a bit like this guy as well. He's sporting a red, and obviously the warriors have got red on their uniforms as well, but also got the red backed shields. So yeah. This was another army where I just wanted to kind of throw it down nice and quick, so it was pretty basic paint schemes, but with these dwarven miniatures, not a hell of a lot going on with them. They're all quite similar. Surprisingly, they were quite nice to paint. They're actually quite enjoyable. They look cool. So yeah, I went with a real basic paint scheme just to get them done, and I think it's worked. I've managed to get some game time done with it, so which is what I wanted. Like I said, I might be doing some more in the future. If I do, I'll just do a little video as an update, but I don't see it happening anytime soon because I've got an army what I want to run and what I will run. It works. I'm not overly competitive when it comes to gaming, so me and my mates just want to have a bit of fun. So until I get pushed into painting up more miniatures, which might come from possibly doing like a campaign maybe. We're thinking of doing it with Age of Invasions for Saga, running a campaign, so we might do it for Age of Magic, but till then I'm happy with these guys. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and as always, just keep an eye out for any other videos I'll be doing coming up. Thank you very much, guys. Cheers.